Yo, here we go. Season 2, technically. But we did the reboot, so it's gonna say season 1. Well, technically we in season 2. And before I even get started with the predictions and recap, first of all, yo man, I be seeing a lot of funny stuff in these chats. And one of the things I want to talk about before I get into anything is, y'all dudes already know, but before that, I'm glad you reminded me, bro. Shout out to the Rams. He won season 1 Super Bowl. I got so sidetracked with that, I ain't even get to do what I normally would do in the Super Bowl. I ain't even get to put nothing on it because I was already preparing for this one. I ain't even know the Super Bowl was played. Somebody told me who won. Shout out to the Rams. He defeated Buffalo in the Super Bowl. I told y'all Buffalo was a Super Bowl contender when I did the midseason report. He made it all the way to the big dance. Came up short, but you know, listen, he the AFC champ. Y'all know he's somebody to deal with. Just like y'all know, the Rams is somebody to deal with. I mean, he won the bowl, you know. So right about now, he's the hunted. When you play against him, you playing against the champ. So shout out to the Rams. Congratulations on that. You know, moving forward, I definitely want to like when the Super Bowl come, I want to get both contenders live on the 5th quarter. You know, I want to get both opponents on. They don't have to be at the same time, but I definitely want both parties. To have they say and speak their piece in the Super Bowl. So, and I want to start getting guests back on the 5th quarter. So we want to start doing that also. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is most of y'all been in my league long enough to know that I have no personal vendetta. I have nothing against nobody. I don't run my league to make one person weak. I don't run my league to try because I'm commissioner to make myself look stronger, meaning try to give myself slick little upgrades and stuff like that. Y'all know I don't do none of that clown stuff. So y'all should know that I have nothing against none of y'all. I'm not out. I don't have nobody as a target on their back. You know what I mean? Everybody is treated equally. If anything, when I notice a guy in my league that might be the weakest one in the league, I'll try to work with him and give him upgrades because I believe in helping, especially if he's somebody that plays. See, what you guys, a lot of guys, well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but some of you guys don't understand that I don't mind giving little attributes and upgrades and stuff if I feel like it's deserved. So in other words, if your season is over and you still playing damn near all your games, I'll hit you in the DM and say, yo, look, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. You played damn near all your games and your season is over. Yo, I got you. I'm gonna give you an upgrade. I don't mind doing little stuff like that. And the crazy thing is, I don't even do stuff like that for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I do more stuff for other people than I do for my own self. You understand? A lot of you guys be crying about rosters and stuff like that. When I took this Jags team before the first season started, I already came in with the intentions of the Jags was going to have C.J. Henderson and Griffin, the 2 cornerbacks, right? That's the impression I was under. Guess what happened before the season started? They traded C.J. Henderson to the Panthers for a goddamn 3rd-round pick. Y'all never heard me jump in the chat and say anything or cry or even try to trade my team. You understand? I took it for what it was. Now, I understand that's on me. Some probably be like, well, you the commissioner, you can do what you want. But, yeah, no kidding. But I ain't on that type of time. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever it is I got to handle it. You know? It's called the franchise. Meaning, it don't matter what you got in season 1. It's what you can build, what you can put together moving forward. You understand what I'm saying? So, a lot of times, you guys be crying about stuff that I really don't be understanding why. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, I do more things for y'all than I do myself. You know what I mean? I'll have a bad season. I won't give myself an upgrade and say, well, you did play most of your games, so you might as well give yourself some type of, incentive. Never once have I done that. Never at all. But I do it for those that deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing I always say is that I don't have no league without y'all. So I always tell y'all, no matter how much of a good job y'all think I'm doing, all right, cool. It's well appreciative. I appreciate the love. But at the same time, y'all make the league. You understand what I'm saying? It don't matter. I could be the greatest commissioner when it comes to this man in the whole world. If I got 5 users, we don't have no league. You understand? So y'all get just as much props than I do. But at the same time, a lot of y'all be killing me with the crying that y'all be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just got to play ball. I see y'all cry about rosters. Then you got some people that feel like I'm out to get them. When have I ever made any of y'all feel like that I'm out to get y'all, or that I have something personal against y'all? Because I really don't. I think I treat everybody the same. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And whatever I would do for one person, I will do for the other. But I don't have no target on nobody back. Ain't nobody that I'm trying to single out. You know what I mean? So, y'all could just kill that noise, because I definitely don't be out to screw nobody or whatever. I'm always out to do what's right. The whole Henry Ruggs and Odell Beckham Jr. thing. It's like, you all right, cool. You say, yo, why do I got to give Odell up, right? If somebody sign him. Now, my thing is, we all know Odell going to get signed. First of all, he's on waivers, which means that somebody will be picking him up. He's not released like Deshaun Jackson was released. You understand? But he's on waivers. Somebody will pick him up. So what did y'all have rather do? Would y'all have rather me wait to create the league to see where OBJ goes then? Or I say, yo, we're going to start the league up. Yo, leave OBJ on free agency, because he will be on somebody's team. So with that being said, whoever ends up with him or computer sign him, just release him. That's it. No big deal. Like, a lot of things ain't always got to be so complicated. You know what I'm saying? The free agency stuff. Now, I found out that a computer did sign a lot of guys yesterday. So I got to send apologies. I didn't call nobody out indirectly, but I still got to send apologies out to the league, because I don't have no proof of anybody that did it. And I know for a fact CPU did sign some players. So I apologize to the league for coming out and saying that in the chat, what I'm saying about, I'll get the last laugh, blah, blah, blah. And again, I'm only saying that because I feel like I'm fair. So if I feel like I'm fair and I feel like niggas is trying to jerk me around, then now I got to do some changes and make, show, a different look. But for the most part, computer was signing guys, because computer signed guys before users even picked up their team, which is mind-boggling to me. I don't even know how that even goes down, because we didn't even advance. So that's just weird, but it did happen. Another thing that's funny is that a lot of you guys get called out for YouTubing, right? And everybody that gets called out always denies it. I don't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it doesn't matter. It still can be stopped. Everything could be counted. Anything can be stopped. But what I know for a fact is funny is that I know football. I know X's and O's. So when I see guys call certain things, they ain't calling things like, especially a defense, right? If I'm in the goal line, I'm just gonna give you an example. If I'm in a 3 tight end set at the 3-yard line, I'm here to tell you now, you might run a little play action or something, but I'm saying 95% of the time that is a run. So if I see you come out in a 3-3-5 wide against a 3 tight end set, that tells me you're not calling that because you honestly feel like that's going to stop the run. That tells me you saw a video on YouTube that told you this defense with the adjustments that you can make will stop the run. And I just think that's hilarious, because like I say, some of you guys show your own hand. Again, I don't care less about YouTube. I don't call nobody out for it. Only reason I'm speaking about it now because I just think it's hella funny, because I've witnessed it. I've seen guys call, even against myself. I call a play that I know is a run play. They know it's a run play, and they're calling 3-3-5 wide. Why would you want all them cornerbacks on the field against tight ends and offensive linemen? So that goes to show me you ain't calling it because of the X's and O's part. You calling it because you watched the video and they told you when you make these little adjustments, don't worry. It can stop this, it can stop that. Hey, get it how you live. You understand what I'm saying? Get it how you live. You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't need a YouTube. I know football. You understand what I'm saying? That's why when I do win or I do get in big, go deep in the playoffs and get big W's, it feels even better. Because I don't need nobody's help to tell me, you know, what's what. I know X's and O's. I know football. I know if I blitz from this way, I know what's open over there. You understand what I'm saying? I know if I play a certain coverage on this play, I know what I'm potentially giving up. I don't need for nobody to tell me that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, again, I ain't knocking for those that do, but it's just funny that when people get called out for YouTube, everybody's quick to deny it. And I'm here to tell you now, I know for a fact dudes is on that YouTube based on the stuff that I'm seeing them call that in normal circumstances will make no sense at all. But because you got these guys that drop these videos and they tell you, yo, this defense stops every run. This defense stops the pass. So when I look at stuff being called, I'm like, wow, you really calling this here? But then I had to think about it. Oh, somebody dropped a little bug in your ear that told you should call this when somebody does this. And it's cool. It's all good. No biggie. I just wanted to run that by y'all real quick just to let y'all know. Again, everybody saying they ain't YouTubing, you know, but at the same time, it's just like I heard somebody say nobody watching porn. Everybody said they don't watch porn, but yet porn is the biggest money maker in the world as far as when it comes to internet and things like that. Ain't no other website making no more money than porn, but yet if you ask everybody telling you no, I don't watch porn. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it's just funny. But anyway, let's get into the recap. Let's get into the predictions. We got a couple of revolving doors this time around. Couple of new players that came. Couple of guys left. You know what I'm saying? Due to different things or whatever, and it's all good. The show must go on. You know. So let's get into it and see what we got going on. Week 1. Cowboys and Bucks. Main event going against Huff. Main event, I don't know what happened to you. You was in the chat last night. You took the team, but you have not said nothing yet. Huff reached out to you. I reached out to you. I haven't heard nothing yet. So right now, I'm setting this force for the Cowboys. I don't like giving out force wins. Week 1. So Bucks, if you do not hear from, if you don't speak out and say nothing before we advance to week 2, I'm gonna have to remove you and work on another user. I don't feel like there should be a forced win in week 1 of a brand new season. You know, we in this league to compete. You know what I'm saying? Not to give up forced wins and things like that. So if you don't say nothing before this week is over, which is tomorrow, I'm gonna have to remove you, bruh. Nothing personal, just business. But in any case, I can't even predict this game because I don't know how he plays anything, so I can't pick this one. All I know is as far as the Cowboys, he started off slow last year. He got hot into the second half of the season, came up short, missed the playoffs. I think he'll have a better start this season than what he did last year, and because of that, I think he'll be around in the later part of the season. Next, we got myself. Let me take this off because we now have a Texans user. We got myself against that boy Rick. Rick, you are another one who been in my league before, and you haven't been, you know, on the best of terms, you know, when it comes to league play. This is right here, my boy, your last rodeo. If you blow this, I'm removing you, and you can never come back to my league. I don't mind giving people chances, you know what I'm saying? But how many chances are you supposed to get? You know, I don't mind giving people chances because this is all done for recreation. But at the same time, it's like, if a mistake is something that happened and it doesn't happen again, if something happens more than once, it is no longer a mistake. So this is about your third time trying to get down with me, and I'm saying I brought you in. You know, I let you come back. If you blow this, that's it. Once again, same to you. Nothing personal, just business. Next, we had Washington, Money Mascot, going against Big Team Chargers. Chargers came up short in this one. Washington won by 3 points. I would have took Washington to win this, and it would have been close. It probably wouldn't have been a 3-point game, but it would have been close. Like I said, Chargers know how to ball. He had an off season last year. I think he'll have a better season this year, although 0-1 is not the start that him or nobody else would like to kick off the season with. But the good news is when week 2 come, you get a chance to right that wrong. Good win for Washington. They start off this season 1-0. Next, we got Seahawks and Colts. B. Saronis going against Calm. He had some bright moments last year. Started off very, very slow. Took him a while to get his first win. I'm pretty sure he's not looking to get off to a slow start like he did last year. So he's gonna have to come out the gate hot. Seahawks, he started off pretty slow, but he definitely had some good moments as well. I think Seahawks will have a better season this year than what he did last year. I'm taking Seahawks to win this one, even though they're on the road. Give me Seahawks over the Colts. 34-23. Next, we got Jets and Panthers. E-balling going against a Pearl team who made the playoffs last year, lost in the NFC Championship. I'm pretty sure he coming to this season with a chip on the shoulder. So, normally it try to shows in week 1. He's going to try to blow the Jets out. Now, sometimes that can be your downfall because instead of trying to blow on somebody else, instead of just winning the game, you shoot your own self in the foot. So that's potentially could happen. But I'm still going to take the Panthers anyway, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I mean, one thing that's an E-ball favor is that he has a familiarity with Pearl. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take Panthers to win this game, 37-23. Next, we got a game that was already played. Mad Max, Cincinnati Bengals win against Rocket, Minnesota Vikings. This is a good game right here. Mad Max switched over this season. He went from Patriots to Bengals. Bengals got a win against this Vikings team, 35-28. Being at this updated rosters, that Bengal roster is better now than what it was before. So that's a good look for Mad Max. Good win too at home and kick the season off. Send them fans home happy. Vikings 0-1. Next we got Titans and Cardinals, and this is a different outcome than what happened last year. Last year, week 1, when these two played, because remember, this is season 2, but we rebooted and we still got the same schedule. So these two played week 1 last season, and it was the opposite. The Cards blew the Titans out. This time around, I think the Titans remember that. Titans got revenge. Titans made the playoff last season, but Titans got punched in the mouth, something crazy to the Browns. So I'm pretty sure he feel like he coming to this season with something to prove. He want to prove that he belong. He want to prove that the playoffs was no fluke. But I'm also headed to the Titans. I had a very down year, and I'm going to have something to say over there in that division this time around myself. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But good win for this Titans team. They won 48-27. I don't know what I'm most impressed with more in this game. The fact that he scored 48 or the fact that he only gave up 27. No matter how you spin it, this is a good win for that Titan team. Next, we got Lions going against the Niners. Niners have not took his team yet. He's not home. We have a user for the Niners. You too, Niners. If you have not taken your team by week 2, you will no longer have rights to this team. 49ers will be up for grabs. The only reason why your team not up for grabs now because I spoke to you in the DM and you said you're not going to be home today. Although that has nothing to do with tomorrow. The reason why the Raiders are open right now, because I have not heard from BJ yet at all. So, for all I know, he's not in the league no more. But you can't just go MIA and expect for somebody to know that you're playing when you're not playing. So, for right now, the Raiders are the only team that's open. But again, if the Niners don't take his team by the time we advance tomorrow, the Niners are open. Next, we got Steelers and Bills. Always Robin. Had a down season last year with this Steelers team. But I think because he had a bad season and he still was playing, I think he got some good amount of reps in. I expect him to compete better this year, but he's going against a Buffalo team who's the current AFC champ, went all the way to the bowl, lost to the Rams. Bills representing his AFC right now as the AFC champ. I think the Bills definitely got a sour taste in his mouth from that Super Bowl loss. I think he comes in this season and try to play better than what he did last season. I got Buffalo to win week 1, and I'm going Buffalo in this one. 36 to 18. 36-18 Bills over the Steelers. Next, we got Eagles and Falcons. Naruto going against Dre. Naruto switched last year. He had the Bengals, and it wasn't the Pats that the Bengals switched from. The Bengals switched from the Eagles to the Bengals, and the Bengals switched from Bengals to the Eagles. So Naruto now is playing as the Eagles. He going against Dre, a Falcons team who they're gonna have to play better defense than what they did last year. The offense was definitely doing their thing with the combination of Pitts and Ridley, but that combination alone did not get them into the playoffs. So it ain't just about scoring points, it's also about making stops. Falcons defense gonna have to show up. And this Eagles offense, I actually like. They've got some speed over there at receivers. So this Falcons defense will be challenged in week 1. I'm gonna go Eagles in this one in an upset. Give me Eagles on the road to beat ATL 28-24. Next, we got Browns and Chiefs. These two been going at each other all weekend. Why? Because they played in the playoffs. Now they played week 1. So, and Browns have won his last 2 against the Chiefs. And he's been on his neck about it. If I'm the Chiefs, you can't get caught up. You can't get caught up into a shouting match. You just gonna have to let your play do the talking. Not to say that you have been talking, but I'm just saying, some point in time you just gonna have to lock in, and get the job done, because even though you did beat the Browns last season, you didn't beat him when it counted. So that's the one that mean the most. And I seen the Chiefs put something in the chat and say, he hate losing to the Browns along with Carnage. Certain guys you just hate losing to and you feel that much pressure. When you start feeling like that, you overthink things and you start panicking, and before you know it, you do something silly that you wouldn't normally do because you're feeling the pressure. All you gotta do is just, forget about who you playing and just play smart. You know what I'm saying? When you start feeling like, I can't let this guy beat me, that's when you're gonna find yourself making the dumbest mistake in the world. Right now, Browns are starting to get into this the Chiefs' head just a little bit, in my opinion, because he beat him in the playoffs. Now he beat him in week 1. So guess what? If they play again in the playoffs, the Chiefs is not going to that game with the most morale. So you got to be able to shake that off and, just get into whatever it is you like to do. Good win for the Browns team. They kicked off their season 1-0 on the year, on the road at that. Packers and Saints, Superman, you too, another one. You ain't take your team yet. If you don't take your team by the time I advance, your team is up for grabs. I'm gonna say it for the 100th time. We not here to give up forced wins, especially in week 1. We here to make everybody play, compete, and get it that way. Grind it out. Not start off the season 1-0. Like, if you can't play, that's one thing. But there's no way in the world you didn't have 2 minutes to just grab your team. Because when your team ain't grabbed, that tells me, 1, you haven't been paying attention, which means that you probably don't even know that we in the new season. So, and 2, I don't know if you're even still in when I see computer. So again, the same go for you, Saints. If you don't grab your team by week 2, you too team will be up for grabs. And as I said about the other guys, it's not personal, it's just business. Moving on, Broncos and Giants. Carnage going against Big Rico, New York Giants. Big Rico, I see you in the chat more than anything other than what you do on the field. It's time for you to start putting up a shut up. I see you in the chat daily about a whole bunch of stuff other than you getting big wins. I want to see you turning around, and I want to see you have some success and get some big wins. Come into this game and knock off Broncos and, get an upset win of the week. Then I don't mind if I don't care if the next 100 messages is from you. But if you get blown out in this game, I really don't want to hear too much from you because, if you're going under 500 every season and yet you the loudest one in the room, then, come on, what are we doing here? We ain't playing franchise off the field. We playing franchise on the field. So I want to see you compete against guys that's known for putting that work in. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you just blabbering off in the chat about a bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with what's going on the field. But meantime, in between time, I'm taking Broncos in this one. And I'm going Broncos in this one. 42. I'm going to go 42-20. Next. Black Star. You another one. I hit you. I told you you got to pick up your team. You said okay. If you don't got your team by week 2, you too team is up for sale. And just like I said to everybody else, it's nothing personal. It's just business. Next, we had Rams and Bears. Rams, the current reigning champ, blew the doors off the hinges against the Bears. He won 44-7. That was ring night. You know, they was at home. They got the job done 44-7. Bears are like they ain't never have a chance. This one was over in the first half, I'm guessing. But, you know, like, hey, man, look, right now the Rams, I ain't going to say probably, he's playing with the most confident than anybody. And that's including Pearl or Buffalo. Why? Because he won the whole shebang. See, when you win the whole shebang, you come into next season feeling like untouchable. And as you should. You understand? You the champ. You know, you're going to be the champ until, guess what? The next Super Bowl is played. Won't nobody take that from him unless he happened to miss the playoffs. Then you know there will be a new champ. But long as he win and he gets in the playoffs, he will be the remaining champ until somebody, you know, changes that. Good way to kick off the season for this Rams team. Did not have a letdown. Put his foot on the Bears' neck and did not let go. They blow the Bears out. Raiders, BJ, like I spoke about. I haven't heard from you, bruh. So, like I said, man, if you ain't got this team by we advance tomorrow, that's it, you know. And that goes for all you guys. All you guys who've not picked up your team, you have to advance to claim your team. Otherwise, they're all up for sale. And anybody that has a team currently right now, and you want to switch to any of these teams that hasn't been claimed by week 2, you are allowed to if you haven't made a trade. If you have made a trade, you can't switch. Because who's to say that a user that takes over a team you have will want the trade pieces that you traded for? So if you made a trade, that's it. You dead to rights. But if you haven't made a trade and you want to switch to these teams that can possibly open by week 2, you definitely have the right to. So we in week 1. Week 2 will be up tomorrow. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. I'm sure I did. Last season was fun. This season is going to be way more fun because now there is no reboots. There is no nothing. This is a straight shot. For all y'all that never been in my league before, let me just give you a heads up. My leagues last until the new Madden come out. So all these trades y'all make, y'all better watch the salary cap. Because what I'm not doing, I'm not clearing nobody's cap. So if you take them big cap penalties, you got to wear that. Do not come to me telling me, yo, can you clear my cap? Listen, we all know that when you cut players or when you trade players, there's a thing that says savings and there's a thing that says cap penalty. If you choose to ignore cap penalty, that is on you. Do not expect for me to clear nobody cap penalty. The only time I clear anybody cap penalty is if a team has been booted or somebody quit and a new user took over that team. I don't feel like he should come in and try to clean up somebody else's mess. That, let's say they got 80 million cap penalty. You know, I could be a prick and do that, but I don't do that. I try to give the user a fair shake, but you guys that's making these trades and then make these cuts, pay attention to cap penalty. You understand? Because trust me, this league will rock out, and you're gonna have to build smartly. You know, but that's all I got to say about that. Y'all hear the shook ones in the background. Like I said, I gotta keep playing instrumentals now because when I play Madden music, they block the fifth quarters. I don't want to just have it quiet in the background like I'm talking in the library. So we try to get these instrumentals rocking. But let's get these games set up. To all you guys that haven't picked up your team, I'm telling you now, you got till tomorrow advance. Otherwise, do not come talking about what happened. Ask me any questions. You are done. I'll see y'all on the next advance, which is tomorrow. So I'll see y'all week 2 on the 5th quarter. I'm gone.